We are sure you all know this song. And we would be shocked if you don't know this one. Both of these songs are amazing and have reaped immense success, rightfully so. They also happen to have quite a lot in common, so what if we told you too can produce a song like that?
Today we're breaking down how we made this track. We're discussing the choices we made and explaining in more detail how our two references inspired us. Let's jump right in.
Both Golden and I Am are mid-tempo, upbeat tracks which make us wanna dance or at least nod our head. The main drum groove feels fairly straightforward, but if you watched our Golden analysis, you would recall us discussing the underlying galloping feel of the track. I Am includes its own twist on it too, so building a similar groove into our own track was an inevitable first step.
This is our main bass line, which drives the groove forward with that galloping triplet feel. And this is the underlying drum groove. These two elements, while fairly straightforward on their own, complement each other perfectly and are a fantastic base to build our track upon.
After building a solid groove, it was time for melodic elements. This is where we have to talk about sound choices, as choosing the right sounds is vital to making any production sound convincing and coherent. In I Am, we hear lots of bright synths, and Golden does a similar thing, however, in some sections those synths are filtered, and we also hear pianos.
Similar to Golden, we opted for filtered synth chords in the verse. Pay attention to the space that we keep in between each chord and how we basically just accent the downbeats. In the second half of the verse, we bring in piano chords. Notice how they now play twice, giving the entire section a completely different feel and bounce. Also notice that we bring in new percussion. For the transition, we utilize a chopped up reverse piano chord, further accented by the snare and kick.
In the chorus we add extra layers to our synth, and this time we let them decay for a lot longer, filling in the space nicely. In the second half, we bring in a plug to increase the energy and drive the section forward even more. This approach is not too far from what Golden and I Am do too.
Our pre-chorus varies a fair bit from I Am and Golden at first glance, but the inspiration was still there. We loved the elegance both our reference songs carry, so we brought it to our pre-chorus in our own way. We utilized piano, strings and pretty plugs to bring elegance to the song, and importantly, we take a break from the upbeat galloping groove.
One thing we haven't touched on so far is the intro. Similar to Golden, we opted for a unique section here. Playing with automation and filters, we created a cool ear-catching atmosphere before transitioning into the verse via a slowdown.
And speaking of transitions, here are some of our favorite fills and effects, which we use to move from one section to another. You can learn more about transitions in our mini-series.
So far so good, but a song is so much more than technicalities. While the sounds we choose and the rhythms we play are important, we must not forget the most important part of making music, how it makes us feel. Golden and I Am both carry messages of hope and empowerment, but they do it in a rather specific way. Neither of these songs is over-the-top happy, but instead, the uplifting feel carries a certain level of class and maturity. A huge contribution for that comes from the chords.
The chords are not particularly happy or sad. Instead, similar to the references, they are somewhere in the middle. A noteworthy detail is the descending bass notes at the very end of the chord progression, which can support some grand top-line ideas. The combination results in a thoughtful yet hopeful sound, which is exactly what we were after.
But what about the incredible high vocals that both Golden and I Am serve us? This is where you get to shine. You can get a license for Iridium and our other instrumentals on our Ko-fi, and if you're a monthly supporter, you get them all for free. Moreover, we're holding our very first top-line workshop next month, and there are just a few days left for you to apply. More details in the description box below.
If you simply want to practice your top-lining or production skills, join our community as we hold quarterly challenges where you can do exactly that. Get detailed feedback on your work, and even win prizes. As always, huge thanks to our Ko-fi supporters for making these videos and events like these possible. See you next time!